Mike Bohn joined now by one of the newest members of the UFC heavyweight division, Marcus Buchecha. Man, big couple of days for you now. The debut set, new organization. How does it all feel, man?
Hello, Mike. Yeah, feels amazing. Just like you said, big announcements. So it's been a big week. I'm really excited.
Yeah, so I guess I know you're probably focused on the future, so much going on and to be excited about, but just tell me how we got here. Obviously, you've been with one championship. I know last time you talked to one of my colleagues, Danny Segura, about like 8 months ago around the last fight. You said you were pretty frustrated with the lack of activity. So how did we get here?
Yeah, I can't say that that's all behind now. It's all in the past. A lot of stressful days, but it is what it is. I'm not the kind of guy that's gonna be complaining about the past. What is done is done. And finally, I'm here, signing with the UFC, talking about that with the debut. I have a date for my debut already, so things are going great. I'm not gonna be the guy complaining. So just just grateful for everything what's going on right now, and that's it. Just looking forward, not behind.
For sure, yeah. And you are facing Martin Buday at UFC Abu Dhabi just a few weeks away, July 26th, man. So I guess I know you said you don't want to speak badly about one championship or anything. Totally respect that. When did you start talking to the UFC about the possibility of signing there? Like, when did this all really get in motion?
I mean, 8 months ago when I did my fight, my last fight, I knew I didn't want to renew. I thought I would be free of the contract, but I didn't know the clause like the match offer time. So of course, any organization has this clause.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew when the match offer time expired, I would be free. So I knew the date that my contract would finish. So I was training and being ready for if anything happens. By the time that I'm free, I'm gonna be ready for life. I was doing a camp for the end of my contract. So everything works out, and I signed with the UFC right away. So I knew it. I felt that something good was about to happen, and it did.
Definitely. Was the UFC the only option for you, or was there anyone else you were talking to about potentially signing with?
No, and for sure, props to Ali Abdelaziz. That's the man that makes everything happen, right? So, of course, Ali is the man that gave me the light in the end of the tunnel. So, I remember when we spoke about options, like years ago in Vegas, went to have dinner. He told me about UFC was possible, and I said, "Yeah, it is." So, okay, so let's do it. Oh no, but we have like Bellator, PFL. I said, no, man, I don't want to go anywhere else. If I want to keep fighting, or I go to a UFC, or I don't fight anymore. That was my mindset. So, and that was like 2 or 3 years ago. And I put in my mind, I put like I want to UFC, and I made it happen.
Yeah, you want to compete against the best. I think your track record in jiu-jitsu proves that.
Yeah, I mean, every fighter's dream is to fight in the biggest organization.
Mm-hmm.
So I had the opportunity to fight in the biggest stages with the gi, no gi, and now I'm having the opportunity to fight in the biggest stage in the world of martial arts, which is the UFC. So of course I want to compete the best, to feel the energy. I watch UFC since I was like a little kid, and now having the opportunity to fight there is like a dream coming true.
Yeah, was there a talk of any different dates for this debut, or like it seems like it's happening pretty quick? I'm sure that made you pretty happy.
As soon as Ali said that they said, okay, we have this, I said yes. I didn't even ask too much. I didn't even ask like opponent. So he gave me the date, and I said yes. I didn't even ask where was the location, anything. If I lost so much time waiting for fights, so I don't want to lose it. I don't want to waste any more time. So if I have the opportunity to keep it active, I will do it as soon as much as I can.
Yeah, of course. When you found out it was going to be in Abu Dhabi, did that mean anything special to you?
Oh yeah, for sure. I won so many world titles
Mhm.
in Abu Dhabi. I have like two ADCC titles as well. I know a lot of. I made a lot of friends in Abu Dhabi, Dubai. So I have like Abu Dhabi has a special place in my career, in my life.
Mhm.
My last time that I competed there was 2015. So 10 years later, I'm returning there to fight in another sport in the biggest show of the world. So it's been like a movie story, you know.
Yeah, it feels kind of meant to be. Do you like believe in that stuff? Kind of like the perfect timing and all those things like coming together, all that type of stuff?
Yeah, I think everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
I'm the guy that works hard, and I always do everything what needs to be done. I'm training and just being positive all the time. So that's it. I'm not the guy, like I said before, I'm not the guy that feels sorry. Oh no, too much time. No, it is what it is. What is done is done. What is past is past. So now I just think about the future. I still have a couple years ahead of me to fight. So of course I'm not the youngest guy, but I started MMA like late, so my body didn't take the damage and everything. So I just see all the champions there like over 40 and
Yeah.
winning belts. So I'm good. I still have a lot of years ahead of me, and I still hungry to compete. So that's the most important.
Yeah, I feel like for a heavyweight, you're the perfect age. I mean, we see Randy Couture had his first MMA fight, I think, at 34 years old. So,
Oh really? I
yeah,
didn't know. I didn't
I
know
think,
that was
yeah, I think
his
Daniel
age.
Cormier was 33 when he had his first MMA fight. So there's lots of time for you. You're still young.
Yeah, actually those times I was with Comier back in
Yeah.
2013, training with him, so I could see a little bit of him, Kane. So it was nice.
Yeah. How much better do you think you've got with this time of no fights and just only training and knowing that, maybe you weren't going to have a fight for a certain amount of time? Has that allowed you to really work on your skill set?
Oh yeah, for sure. Uh, the sport makes you keep it active, so
Mhm.
doesn't matter if I'm in camp or not. I'm every day in the gym, every day training because I knew something could happen. So, and this time, like not this time, but since I started, I'm training and feel like I'm getting much better every day. I'm getting more comfortable. I had like a lot of tests in the gym, in the cage, fighting the other organization. So I feel like I'm. I feel like just like a new, eh, just like a brand new black belt. When you get the black belt, you want to go there. You want to test yourself. You want to fight against the best. That's why I feel MMA. I didn't have this desire anymore for jiu-jitsu, but now I have. I feel just like a reborn the will to fight, the warrior spirit.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want coming into this. And especially like for the UFC debut, I know you said you didn't care about the opponent, but when they told you Martin Buday, what have you learned about him so far? What do you think about him as the first UFC opponent?
Yeah, Buday. Of course, I watch his fights. He's a big guy. He's a grappler too, right? I know he's a jiu-jitsu black belt. So he knows about of course, the the grappling. So it's not gonna be something new for him. But being honest, like it's not just Buday, but if I fight anybody, I always will believe in my jiu-jitsu. I always will put my jiu-jitsu to work, and that's gonna be the plan. So that's everybody knows what I'm doing. Everybody knows that I'm carrying the jiu-jitsu flag out there. I'm gonna get there to represent the jiu-jitsu for sure.
Yeah, the record for most submission wins in UFC heavyweight history is 8 by Frank Mir. Do you
Oh,
think you
really?
can do that in the career? Can we get 8 submissions in the UFC?
I don't. I never. I didn't know actually this stat, but it's something awesome.
Yeah.
So it's something to have in the back of the head for sure and to think about it.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the division as a whole, do you think you're bringing something that's kind of lacking from the other heavyweights right now and your ability to be so dangerous on the ground?
Uh, I think The division is changing a lot, right? So a lot of new faces. So I think that's really good. Like it changed completely. Like all the legends, the OGs, they retire, they stop fighting. So it's good. It's like a new division, let's say like that. And for sure, they don't have like a guy with my title, so it's always good. If a world champion come in the division, let's say if like a Muay Thai world champion or a kickboxing world champion, it's always bring more value for the division for sure. Bring more eyes, bring more fans. So I think at the end of the day, it's good for me, it's good for division, it's good for the opponents, it's good for everyone, it's good for the organization. So I think for sure it's a good thing. So with like guys with experience from other martial arts comes to the division, I think it's always good. There is no bad in that.
Yeah, for sure. Who do you think is the most dangerous jiu-jitsu guy in the division right now outside of yourself? Probably Jailton Almeida, or is there someone else that you see?
Yeah, I would say Jailton and Aspinall for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the two names I would say the most dangerous.
Were you happy to see like the division get some clarity recently with John Jones retiring and Aspinall getting the full belt, and hopefully he'll defend it soon? Like things are actually moving now instead of just being at a standstill for so long.
Yeah, no, for sure. For something happening like this is not good for the division. It's not good for the sport. So of course, I heard Aspinall has a fight already, so that's good for him. See, he was waiting for the fight a long time. So I think that's gonna be good now. The division is gonna be like running again, and that's good, 100%.
Yeah. How do you see the UFC career going? Because Tom Aspinall is saying like he wants to be super active. He wants to fight everyone in the rankings and give everyone their chance. And you win this fight, Martin Buday is already number 14, so I assume you will be ranked with one UFC win. So how quickly do you see things going for you in terms of your rise?
Uh, I'm the kind of guy that they'll think about today, not tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
So I don't like to think so ahead. Of course, that's the plan to keep active, to keep winning. That's the everybody's goal, of course. Nobody go there to lose. So I'm not different. I want to go there. I want to do my job. I want to get the victories. But first of all, I need to go there and I need to win before think about the next step. So that's my goal. My focus is 100% in my debut, and I'm training. I'm happy, and I'm ready. So I think that's the most important. When I have everything, when I'm fighting for the right reasons, everything works out good. So I want to just take one step at a time, day by day, brick by brick, and then we build from there.
The right mentality for sure. When you I know you don't want to look past this one, but there's some rumors the UFC might be doing an event in Rio de Janeiro on October 11th. Would you want to compete in Brazil? Would that be something meaningful for you?
Oh, would be interesting, but I didn't even know about this Brazil event.
hmm
So,
UFC hasn't announced it yet, but there's a lot of rumors right now.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm fighting like August, right?
July. Yeah, July
Yeah.
26th.
Yeah, like probably like October, November. I want to do another fight for sure.
hmm One
Yeah,
more
so
this year after this one, definitely.
100%. If
Yeah.
I can do two fights this year, that's the goal, the minimum. Because, like I said, I wanted to be active, but like depends of the date in October, I'll do it. But most likely, I want to do like November, December, who knows? But I want more this year for sure.
Yeah. Okay. And last thing before I let you go, and I know you kind of said your piece on your journey here, but I guess there is other fighters out there who have been through similar positions as you, and maybe are going to be through like and kind of waiting to figure out their next move from an organization. What would your, I guess, advice to those people be in like terms of just having patience and trying to find out the next career move when maybe there's some doubt and uncertainty going on?
Yeah, I mean, it's I felt that like bad days and make you go to dark places in your head.
Hmm.
and that's really sad. So don't just give up. Don't let those bad thoughts take over. I think the best example that we have is the main event of the Abu Dhabi card, right? RDR,
Yeah.
the guy, man. That's the guy that everybody look up to, because he had like tough moments, and now he's doing great. He's like, the guy is a really great guy, deserves all the best, great champion. And we all have been in like tough situations, so just be careful before you take before you sign anything. Just think about it, study all your possibilities, and if you're having a bad spot, don't give up. You still have time. The worst that you can do is like lose some time, but it is what it is. That's life, and that's not the end.
I love that. Great words. Do you look at Renier de Ridder as like an inspiration of what's possible here? I mean, the guy made his debut in October, I think, and if he wins on the same card as you, he'll probably be fighting for a title within like a year or so of signing with the UFC.
100%, man. That's the guy that all the fighters, the other organizations look up to.
Yeah.
He did so good, and back-to-back victories, and now, just like you said, he can have the opportunity to be champion soon. So that's amazing. This guy is a perfect example of not giving up and fighting for what you want.
Well, credit to you for not giving up either, man. I know, as you said, there were some dark days there, so I'm glad you got through those, and it seems like it's all positive going forward. So just a few weeks away here, I think 20 days or so, and you'll be in the octagon, man. So can't wait to see it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Just like I said, I'm happy. I'm looking forward, and I'm excited. I think when I fight like this, everything works out good. So if if I fight under stressful days, fighting like under happy days is gonna be like a dream coming true.
Yeah. What do you think? Sorry, just last thing. Like, the UFC debut, they talk about the jitters. There's going to be the different cage and stuff. Do you feel? I know you train at a great gym. You probably simulated this a million times, but what do you think it's going to be like that first walk, competing in that cage, all that stuff?
It's a lot to think, but for sure it's gonna be something that when I watch in the TV, I always think about when I go to watch it like UFC. I always feel the, the goosebumps and from the stands, imagine fighting. So for sure, it's gonna be a great moment for my life, for my career, and I'm really excited to have all these feelings. But for sure, I'm gonna be happy and excited and enjoying every minute of this ride.
Absolutely, man. Well, I'm happy for you. I saw, all the fighters commenting on the fight announcement post we put on MMA Junkie, just like so happy for you to get this opportunity. So you definitely have the respect of everyone, and can't wait to see what you can do with this UFC run.
Yeah, I got really surprised that so many people respect me, and of course, a lot of all the jiu-jitsu community
Hmm.
are behind supporting. That's amazing. When I saw a lot of fighters, the fights, UFC, the other organizations, all happy for me, or everybody support me. That made me feel amazing, because that was great. I'm not the kind of guy that talks, do the trash talk, and I got like all this positive feedback without doing any of this. So it's amazing. I just feel really grateful for everybody. I just did like a post saying thanks for everyone who cheer me on in my jiu-jitsu days and still doing it right now. So, and of course now more people, more eyes, more fans. So that's amazing. Just being thankful for everything that it's happening in my life right now.
That's great to hear, man. Yeah, it's definitely deserved, and people are excited. The UFC heavyweight division needs new, exciting fighters, so I think people can't wait to see what you can kind of do and make your way up the division.
Yeah, I know. That's for sure. I'm going there. I'm gonna bring my best, which is always go forward, always going to finish, always going to do the get the job done in the first round. That's me. That's what I did in my other fights, and that's how I did my jiu-jitsu career. That's who I am.
Awesome, man. Well, can't wait to see it. I really appreciate the time, and can't wait to talk to you, again, as you continue to go forward in this UFC career.
Sounds good to me. Thank you very much.